Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Let's learn computer science. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In our previous lessons, we explored the von Neumann architecture and learned about CPU registers. Today we are going to take a closer look inside the CPU itself. So in this video, we are going to talk about purpose and role of ALU, CU, IAS and system clock. Now, think about this for a moment. When you open Google Chrome, play a game, watch a YouTube video, or even calculate something using a calculator app, how does the computer actually know what to do? There must be a part of computer that performs calculations, a part that controls everything, and a place where instructions are stored while they are being used. And that's exactly what we are going to learn today. So let's get started. First of all, the CPU. CPU is often known as the brain of the computer. Just like your brain processes information and controls your actions, the CPU processes data and controls the operations of the computer system. Every instruction a computer executes passes through the CPU. Whether you are opening a file, playing music, editing a photograph, or browsing the internet, CPU is involved. But here is something important. CPU is not single component. It is made up of several parts that work together. The main components are arithmetic logical unit, control unit, registers, and there is IAS also, there is system clock also alongside these components. So let's start with the components that actually perform the processing. First of all, let's talk about arithmetic logical unit. Imagine you're solving a maths question. Who is doing the actual calculation? When you are solving it on a pen and paper, it's you. However, inside a computer, the component responsible for the calculations is arithmetic logical unit. The arithmetic logical unit is responsible for all arithmetic and logical processing carried out by the CPU. Whenever a program needs to calculate something or compare values, the ALU does the work. Okay? The word arithmetic simply means calculations. So, if you talk about mathematical calculations, arithmetical logical unit, it performs addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. When we talk about logical operations, arithmetic logical unit, it performs AND operation, OR operation, NOT, XOR. It can also compare values to determine whether one value is greater than the other, less than another, or equal to another. For example, a computer checking whether a password entered by the user matches the stored password, it uses logical comparison, which is performed by the arithmetic and logical unit. Now, how accumulator, about which we have learned in my previous video, CPU registers, you can watch that video. How the accumulator and the ALU, they work together. So calculations, they need a temporary workspace, right? Think about solving a maths problem on rough paper before writing the final answer. The CPU has something similar called the accumulator. So accumulator, it temporarily stores data before and after the calculation, right? Modern processors often contain more than one ALU. Why? Because modern computers, they perform millions of calculations simultaneously. So some arithmetic logical units may specialize in whole number calculations, while others handle decimal or floating point calculations. So this improves overall performance of the computer. Now let's move on to the component that actually controls everything. Control unit is like conductor of the computer system. It doesn't perform any calculations itself. Instead, it coordinates and controls everything. Control unit actually ensures that instructions are fetched, decoded, and executed correctly. Its functions include it fetches instructions from memory, decodes instructions, controls the flow of data, sends control signals to other components, coordinates the operations of CPU, ensures instructions are executed in the correct sequence, and synchronizes operations. So, how does control unit uses program counter? That is also important. You may remember a register called a program counter from my last video where we learned about CPU registers. So program counter, it stores the address of the next instruction. The control unit uses the address to locate the instructions in memory. After fetching the instruction, control unit decodes it and tells other components what to do. Okay. Also, it generates control signals that tells other components what actions to perform. Let's talk about one of the most important but often overlooked components, that is system clock. Many students hear the word clock and immediately think about time. But this clock doesn't tell the time. Instead, it produces regular timing signals. Very important terminology. So, this clock, it generates regular timing signals, and these signals, they synchronize activities throughout the computer system. Without clock signals, components would attempt to communicate at different times, causing errors and system failure. So that is why system clock is very, very important. Okay. So purpose of the system clock, if you're ever asked, it synchronizes computer operations, controls the timing of data transfers, ensures instructions are executed in the correct order, coordinates communication between the components. Now, when we talk about clock, there are two types of clock activity. One, internal clock, and second, system clock. Internal clock controls activities occurring inside the CPU. For example, register operations, arithmetic logical operations, internal data transfers, etc. And system clock, it controls activities outside the processor. For example, memory access, input operations, output operations, and communication between system components. Together, they keep the entire computer synchronized. Now, clock speed is measured in hertz, megahertz, gigahertz, etc. Now, let's move on to the final component for today's video, that is immediate access store, IAS. Now, immediate access store is just another name for RAM or main memory. The IAS stores the instructions and data currently needed by the processor. CPU can access IAS directly and much faster than secondary storage. Programs are usually stored permanently on secondary storage devices such as solid state drives, hard disk drives, etc. However, secondary storage is relatively slow. So before a program can be executed, it must first be loaded into the IAS, and then CPU can access that program and its data much more quickly. So this improves the overall performance of the computer system. What does IAS store? It stores program instructions, data required by the program, etc., etc. And IAS is basically directly accessible by the CPU, read-write memory, temporary storage, it's volatile memory, and it is faster than secondary storage. Now, one of the von Neumann's most important ideas was that instructions and data should be stored together in the same memory. That memory is the IAS. This allows the CPU to fetch instructions automatically and execute them without human intervention. This principle forms the foundation of the modern computing. So how all these components they work together? Suppose a program needs to calculate 25 plus 15, let's say, very simple example. What happens? First, the program and data are loaded into the IAS. The control unit fetches the instructions from memory. Then the control unit decodes the instructions. Then it sends signals to the ALU. The ALU performs the calculation. The result is temporarily stored in the accumulator. And throughout this entire process, the system clock synchronizes every operation. And all of this happens in a fraction of seconds. Okay? I have summarized everything in the form of a table. You may have a look. Just pause the video, read it, and revise. Let's have a look at the past paper question. So it says complete the following descriptions of internal components of a computer by writing the missing terms. The blank transmits the signals to coordinate events based on the electronic pulses of blank. The blank carries data to the components while the blank carries the address where data needs to be written to and read from. The blank performs mathematical operations and logical comparisons. So I guess you can very easily get the answer. Just pause the video, write your answers, and I'm going to show you the marking scheme. So that's the marking scheme. Control bus transmits the signals to coordinate events based on the pulses of the system clock. The data bus carries data to components while the address bus carries the addresses where data is being written to or read from. The arithmetic logical unit or ALU performs mathematical operations and logical comparisons. So today we have explored the major components involved in CPU operations, that is ALU, CU, system clock, and IAS. In the next lesson, we'll see how information actually moves around the computer system using the address bus, data bus, and control bus. If you find these lessons helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel, that is CS with SKS. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.